Hey you guys, today we are looking at the second secret report. This one is written by Xehanort during his preparation for the Mark of Mastery. His friend and chess rival Eraqus has also gone off on the same pilgrimage, but it seems like Xehanort is going to the worlds written about in the old fairy tales instead of wherever Eraqus is headed to. It makes me wonder where Eraqus is journeying to. The worlds that Xehanort is traveling to are probably the worlds seen in Union Cross, since that time is known as the Age of Fairy Tales. Though, is Xehanort using the Book of Prophecies to travel to these worlds, or is he just traveling to these worlds in the present time? We learn in Union Cross that the worlds that are being traversed are actually just projections from the Book of Prophecies. So is Xehanort also traveling to these projections, or is he traveling to the true time in which these worlds were actually there? Another possibility is that he traveled to the ruins of these worlds, and that is what makes him see his importance in all of this. We then get a bit more info about Xehanort's timeline. It only took him a few years to reach the level of a Keyblade Master, it seems, since in his journal he says that it was only a few years ago that he was still stuck on the Destiny Islands. He mentions that he dreamed of the world beyond. I wanted to point out that the word world here is capitalized. He is obviously talking about wanting to explore and see other worlds beyond his own, similar actually to Riku's own sentiments from Kingdom Hearts 1, but the way he is talking about a singular world makes me think that he is aware that the world was once whole before darkness separated them all. This information probably comes from the guidance from the future that Xehanort is talking about in the next sentence. In Dream Drop Distance, young Xehanort shows Sora where it all started. An older Xehanort threw away his body so he could travel back in time and set his younger self on a journey to find 13 vessels for himself. This makes me wonder though, when a person returns to the past, don't they forget everything they've done? Xehanort then talks about how he journeyed to his master's side and how he came into contact with darkness in many forms. This probably just means seeing Heartless as well as the darkness that is between worlds now that they are separated. What I am interested to know about though is what he means by the path to my master's side. Does this just mean the journey to Scala and the person who would one day be his master, or is this continuing the thought from the previous paragraph where Xehanort is traveling to the worlds in the Age of Fairy Tales and treading this path beside his master? The reason I thought of the second possibility is because of the part shown in the Remind DLC trailer where a mysterious figure asks Xehanort how his world tour was. It seems strange that this word tour comes up in both the journal and in this DLC trailer, and it feels like it's way too convenient to be a coincidence. Anyway, Xehanort then goes on to say that even then he knew that even though the darkness was terrifying, he knew as if by instinct that it could be harnessed, mastered. This gives more evidence to the fact that Xehanort was not evil per se in the beginning, but rather that he thought he could use the darkness and its power. The next paragraph opens talking about Eraqus and his ancestors, the bluebloods. Xehanort reveals that the bluebloods were the very first masters in the Age of Fairy Tales. Which timeline is this though? The Dandelion Masters or the original Masters? We do know that there is someone who looks incredibly similar to Eraqus from the Dandelion Masters, so it is probably likely that this group is who Xehanort is talking about. It seems that being a blue blood is impressive, and Xehanort holds Eraqus in high regard, though he strives to be his equal. The last thing Xehanort says is that he must learn to wield the power born from both darkness and light in proper balance. This has always been his mantra, even back in his reports from Birth by Sleep. It's interesting to see how this idea has led him down the road he is on. This is also another nice parallel to Riku, who learned how to balance both the light and darkness. And that is it for the second secret report. There is one more thing I want to point out about this younger Xehanort. We've seen multiple times now that he knows much more than he should. At one point in this journal, he talks about the Blue Bloods, a line of masters dating back to the Age of Fairy Tales, and during his chess game with Eraqus in the opening cutscene of Kingdom Hearts 3, he mentions the Lost Masters. Eraqus seems a little uneasy that Xehanort knows all of this, so it's not likely that he learned it from their master or from any information in Scala. Does this point to the guidance from his future self, the older Xehanort who threw aside his body and visited Xehanort on Destiny Islands, or does this come from someone else, like maybe the Master of Masters? Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts on this secret report down below. I'm pretty active on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter, so be sure to follow the links in the description below to stay updated. If you like this, click the cards on screen to watch some of my form change or dry form breakdowns. Subscribe or share this video, and I will see you in the next one.